The 1600, it is the Chairman's Trophy. Top of the book is Golden 60, trying to get back onto the winners list. Waikuku, who beat him 2 starts ago, is drawn in Barry at 10. Russian Emperor is a last start winner in the City Hong Kong Gold Cup. He comes back to the 1600 metres. Kaying Star, all of his wins have been course and distance. Healthy Happy's won either side of 1600 metres, but struggled at the mile. Savvy Nine's placed 2 from 4 course and distance. Butterfield, all wins have been 1800 metres. In Cheerful Days, who's been a find of the season, he comes into Group 2 company minus the blinkers. Right, so the Chairman's Trophy speed map here, Tom. Barrier 1 was the undoing of Golden 62 starts ago, and he's drawn it again this week.
Yeah, and I'd like to see him a bit closer this time, to be honest, not dragged out the back, Golden 60. So if he can maybe sit there, maybe one place further forward to potentially Golden 60. Paul, but Healthy Happy, we know he likes to lead. What do they do with Tourbillon Diamond from Barry 11, an excellent proposal from 12?
Yeah, well, I think with Tourbillon Diamond, they've probably got no choice but to go forward, because he normally does like to go forward. It's just whether he can get across. I think Waikuku underneath him can keep him out. An excellent proposal. I mean, what are they going to do with him? Are they going to keep him, try and give him a run out there with cover, or they take him all the way back? That's a question mark for this horse.
A few questions around this race, that is for sure. Looking at the previous winners of it, Paul, and it was Mighty Giant, the big horse with the white blaze last year.
Yeah, he won really nicely. Beauty Generation had won 2 years previously. Beauty Only was a bit of a surprise, I think, when he won, and then Rapid Dragon, of course, won nicely.
All right, we're going to start with the pilot of Golden 60, the man that has to try and put it all back together. Nick spoke to Vincent Ho via Zoom this morning and firstly asked Vincent what's he done since his last start defeat.
Yeah, he had a short little break and come back to work again, and yeah, it felt good. Galloped him with another horse this morning. Just soon passed it and did it pretty easily, and yeah, felt good.
Excellent. And just to go back, obviously, to last time, Vincent, obviously a mile and a quarter, all that rain came and things like that. Was that his biggest undoing, the track, the fact that it certainly played to the winner's strengths and perhaps not your horse? Would that be fair?
Yeah, I think so. His fitness was there, but step up to 2000 and also been raining for days and non-stop as well. It's just a bit tough for him. And yeah, his action on that day wasn't too comfortable. And that makes a big difference for sure.
It certainly does, of course. And just on the front of trials, Vincent, I saw a very interesting post recently, actually, on social media, the fact that he's won 5 out of his last 6 trials, but prior to that, he hadn't actually won one in Hong Kong. Has the emphasis been for you and Francis to give him that bit more of a hit out in his trials, or has it just happened that way?
No, it just happened that way. Previous season didn't show much in the trials just because of the tracks and all that, and I didn't, on the all weather, I didn't want to press him for that sort of track condition. But if he get close to other horses, he's always competitive, and this season's been trialing on nice track, so definitely can go for that. And the previous trial, he had a little break, and we have to make him work a little to bring his fitness up. So just to make sure he do enough work.
All right, so that's the trial since the last start, but we're going back to the last start now, boys. And Tom, we start with, obviously, even though he's defeated, there he is there, Golden 60. Russian Emperor, beautiful ride by Blake Shin, just tracked through on the rail and relished the conditions. Tourbillon Diamond, he was in front of him coming up towards the home turn. More than this, who's tangled with Golden 60 pretty well a couple of times, hasn't come off as a winner yet, but he hasn't been too far away, and Butterfield's at the back. So the back half of the field is what we focus on here.
Yeah, you can see Golden 60 making his run there near the 600 metres wider. In the meantime, Blake Shin on Russian Emperor, he's saved all the ground there on the rail, and then when they straighten up for the run home, he gets the gap there on the outside of Reliable Team, and he's saved all that ground. He's put 2 or 3 lengths here on Golden 60, Paul, who just was no match in the end, and he wasn't comfortable on this ground. So I do think there was a genuine excuse for him there over the 2,000 metres.
No, I tend to agree. Yeah, he's back to 16, which is probably going to suit him. It has suited him in the past. Russian Emperor did win with plenty in hand, but it was a great ride from Blake is there as well. So, look, he won nicely, but look, I can see Golden 60 overturning it over 1,600, no question.
All right, so they went from 2,000 back to 1,600. These ones are going the other way, Paul. This is the Queen Silver Jubilee over 1,400. Kaying Star won't mind the step up in trip because he's excelled at 1,600 metres. Waikuku brought to Golden 60 undone a couple of starts ago, and Healthy Happy just struggles at a mile. Every other distance he seems to be okay at. Yeah,
look, I think Waikuku's best distance these days is the 1,600. So this was a little bit tight for him, 1,400 metres. He didn't get the clearest of runs all the way down the straight, and he did win nicely 2 starts ago. You can see him looking for gaps, Zach, the whole way through. Kaying Star, they raced him off the pace this time, and he stayed on really nicely. I thought Healthy Happy's just not in the same sort of form.
No, he's not. There was a lot of merit in that run there from Waikuku, but by the time he squeezed through that gap, Wellington had gone past and it was game over.
And finally, Tom, we've got the split screen here. There's Champions Way, a return to form from him last time. Cheerful Days is at the back. He's not well served under the weight conditions of this race. Kaying Star, the yellow cap. We've also got Excellent Proposal. He's there in the purple cap. And Savvy 9 makes an appearance, and Healthy Happy makes an appearance. So it's the entire field. It's like doing archery.
Yeah, the field of 6 here over the trip of last start, 1,600 metres. It was just a horror show if you'd followed Excellent Proposal on this occasion. Just couldn't get clear, was stuck behind Healthy Happy. Kaying Star kept him in a pocket. Champions Way had found the front and was starting to clear out. And Cheerful Days was running on, Paul, but we don't know what Excellent Proposal would have done on this day.
He's been disappointing this season, though. He hasn't won at all. Excellent Proposal. At start before, he went out a reasonably priced, short price favourite, didn't he? And he got beaten as well. So, look, he's been beaten favourite in his last 3. Excellent Proposal. I don't know if he's up to this class. I haven't got any of those horses.
Here he is again, Paul. This is his trial in the all-weather. He also comes out of it with Champions Way, who's back in the field, and it was a standard quiet trial from Waikuku. Rainy morning, out the back, stayed wide on the track, but you're right, Excellent Proposal's harder to catch than a mullet in the Shingbun River.
Yep, and look, he's all 3 of these horses just had nice maintenance trials as they came down. So I think Excellent Proposal was probably the one that was asked to do a bit between the 3 of the 3 of them. The other 2 stablemates were just happy out the back, but yeah, just a maintenance trial for them.
I think bearing in mind as well, Excellent Proposal prior to his last start where he was very unlucky, he'd worn the blinkers in the trials, and he wore the blinkers there on race day, so I'm willing to give him another chance again with the shades on.
Just want to get you very quickly, Paul, thoughts on the Golden 60 trial?
Yeah, look, he seems to be winning trials and hasn't won his last couple of races. He didn't used to win trials. There's something different there with him. I thought he was pushed out a little bit in his trial, so I wasn't overly taken with it.
What about you, Tom?
Yeah, I would agree he was pushed out. That would be the only query, is just how he performed in that trial. But I think back to the 1,600 metres, he can bounce back.
Are you tipping another defeat of Golden 60, Paul?
Yeah, I am. I just think that he's going to be short again. Punters are going to jump off and there's going to be no value. He'll be odds on once again. So I'm happy to risk him. I thought more than this. Coming back to the 1,600 metres, 3-time winner, was a little bit unlucky last time. He'll be a decent price. So I'm happy to go him on top. Waikuku, Golden 60, not much between them, and Russian Emperor. So 4, 2, 1 and 3.
Going to hang tough here with the Golden 60, number 1 for Vincent Ho and Francis Saloy. Hopefully he's a little bit closer in the run and they're not so negative out of the gates with him this time round. Waikuku number 2, Excellent Proposal again with the blinkers on, and Russian Emperor number 3. 1, 2, 11 and 3.